Hello, I'm CUDLC on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. CUDLC is my initials, but I really appreciate it if you could call me C. I want to do a quick sketchbook tour and rundown kind of as a first year art major. There's totally a difference between an art major and attending a school just for arts. This is just a rundown on my first 2 drawing classes. I'm a pre-art drawing and painting major, so I'm taking a lot of preliminaries. Yeah, I'll just yap about that more through my channel, and hopefully I really want to kind of regurgitate all of what I've obtained from my classes, and I just want to kind of give a quick insight into anybody who's interested or just wants to see some art. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this is my first sketchbook that I had to fill out for my first semester. It's, I think, 100 pages. We're assigned to buy a sketchbook and fill it out and submit it for our final at the end of the semester. So this is my 181 foundation drawing class. So it was a lot of like little objects like posed around, and we just had to draw from sight. September 4th through December 4th was my first semester. So yeah, I started off really optimistic. I was just sketching in some ideas for a project we had, designing 3D objects in space, and I was so intimidated by how big this sketchbook is. I don't know if you could tell, I think it's 8 by 10, so a pretty big sketchbook from how I'm usually drawing. Drew my brother laying down some notes, Katya and Trixie. Yeah, so here I was kind of trying to get back to drawing. I didn't spend my summer drawing at all. I was completely burned out and just unmotivated. And I was drawing these girls in conversation, just anything around me really is this class's goal. And after taking my life drawing class, I'm kind of like seeing all these sketches and kind of cringing at them, or notes. This is a scribble assignment. So another task was to draw the figures in space as boxes first and try to like sight and measure each one to the other. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm like trying to keep in frame. I'm sorry, my setup is so, it's bad. Like I'll take a picture of it and insert it. It's bad. Work in progress. This pencil case that I got from Universal Studios. Yeah, at this point I was just kind of drawing what was on my screen on my phone. So I drew my Nintendo, I drew a lip balm, I drew this guy on Instagram Reels. Oh, this is the guy doing backflips on the beach. Insert a clip. There was something cinematic about it, really. Yeah, this is more just filler, just my Sony headphones. And let me see if you could, how did I could prop this? Yeah, I was watching a podcast on my iPad. My planner. This is rough. Yeah, I'm really showing you the bones. I want to think I've improved since this was outside my school. I think this is supposed to be me, I'm not sure. Sketchbook's rough. November 19th, 2024, class, more sketches in class. So if you see me going through the sketchbook pretty quick, it's because I have another sketchbook that I've just finished recently, so I want to get that done too. This was some preliminary sketches for a design class that I had. We had to do a painting for our final. So you could tell, this was me in the beginning of the year. At the beginning, like really optimistic, drawing every day, and then this is me filling out the rest of this in a month. This is more just sketches of anything and everything around me. Just gonna speed through these because eventually they become really just half-ass doodles, which they are. This is a sketch of my stack of sketchbooks that I've completed so far. Yeah, I really want to do a sketchbook tour and just kind of explore how much I used to draw compared to now, which I feel like I'm finally drawing more. Definitely. Oh, this is supposed to be Bailey Sarian. Bad, just bad. So this is at first how my room looked. I bought a desk from Facebook Marketplace, but this is my desk that I'm using right now. Couch, another couch. This perspective is so bad. Okay, this is, yeah, bad. Just shit. Oh my god. Yeah, you know I don't know what to draw when it's girls and shoes. I'm done for 181 and 184 because I feel like they've really humbled me and they really kind of set me up for, okay, what are these classes are like? What is expected as a first year pre-drawing and painting? Like, what are they looking for? I was also taking 3D art at the time in my first semester, so I just always was taking shit home. A drawing of my kitchen, cute. A drawing of my sandwich, banana, breakfast, my brother, Tyler the Creator, Chromocopia just came out around this time, I'm pretty sure. And I was feeling very envious of the people who went to see him at the festival and in person. I was watching that Conan Gray drawing video, painting video. Love Conan Gray. I watched Little Woman for the first time ever in my life, so those are those sketches. I'm gonna go really quick because I need to get this shit done. A drawing of when I moved, I just threw all my art supplies into a side and just let that fester. Drawing of my desk. You can see I just carried around this sketchbook. December 26th, I'm pretty sure. Yep, and I carry the sketchbook everywhere. Just bring a pen or two and just try to draw. It's my mom. Front seat, my dad in the front seat, at my cousin's house, my little arm, my legs, my brother. Yeah, it was Christmas time. Ooh, this perspective is rough. Drawing of my Ugg boot. Drawing of my room, charger, just had a mattress and a bunch of art supplies. The sketchbook kind of just became draw what's in front of me right now. So yeah, I drew a lot with continuous line. I felt like drawing that way helped me finish the sketchbook faster and kind of a cheaty way to draw and kind of call it a style, even when it's just really rough. November 28th. So yeah, more drawings of my cousin's house. Must have been someone's birthday. My cousins laying around. My cousin's laying around. Another breakfast drawing. And then I got my shoe rack. So my room was kind of developing at this time. Oh, this is Not Thriving podcast with Antonio Garza. Love them. I always have them on when I'm drawing in my sketchbook. To be kind of my own advocate, really, because no one's gonna really remember your name in a couple months, which is really humbling. My face, my cousins and I shoes. Yeah, this is around the time where I just started filling up the sketchbook as quick as possible. So again, back to that photo. This is all, well, not actually, this, and this, and my planner are all mine. And we had to pick a drapery and two random objects. I chose this candle and the flamingo. We had to pose it, take a picture of it, turn it to grayscale, and then draw it. Now for our final project. My desk, November 30th. Just more pen. Yeah, my camera, my planner, my wallet, my window. Look at his claw hands. Just claw hands. And went to visit my friend and she had her statue there and her laundry and I was just drawing it. I said a room of a Disney adult, and there's little Mickeys everywhere. I felt like Disneyland. Whew. So I drew her desk, drew her chair, closets, laundry hamp, shoe boxes. I was drawing outside. I think I've gotten more used to, more comfortable drawing outside now. Back then it was terrifying. But I feel like now I just didn't care. So this is when I was planning my 2D design final. We had to do a triad with complementary colors or like a very strict color palette. Maybe I'm lying. Painting from a picture. This is my friend. And we had that class together, and it made it really fun because in other classes where I was just on, I'd just be a complete oyster, just not talking, not communicating, not even just nothing. And I feel like in college it's best that you really do talk because you want to be remembered for, you know, good things. And I remember the end of the year I became more comfortable in my classes and more talkative, and my professors would just be like, oh my god, Camilla, you are so I can't believe their time is so short, like like, yeah. And I kind of really regret it when I don't talk because I feel like it just I get in my head too much about people not liking me, but I don't even give them the chance to know me. This is the portfolio bag I had to carry my big board in. Insert a photo, but it's huge. My closet, and I would just shove the big 18 by 24 papers here and up here, and it's really just a room door here. It's my kitchen again. This door is really rough. The purple pen, that's me filling out the sketchbook the same week it's due. Yeah, this is my final page. I was looking down and drawing at the same time. It's my cheat, and I completed it December 4th, 2024. Yeah, mostly pen. This class taught me a lot. When I first entered the class, my professor was like more of the talkative type. He was totally an extrovert. He loved talking with the students, getting to know them and everything. And my first project or two was really just shy, and I didn't talk much. And then my third project, I remember I tried really hard, and I was kind of asking him more questions about how to use charcoal, like what kind of ways can I blend without, you know, a powder puff, and he'd give me a bunch of advice. And then when my project came out, insert picture. Oh my god! We did critiques at the end of every project when we hang them up. And he was like, Camilla, you totally transformed, like look at this. And he was like, honestly, when you entered, I kind of thought you were intermediate, kind of lower skilled artist. I remember just being like so humble. Like he didn't have to go for me that, like I get it, but yeah, I felt like every project afterwards I had to level up. Like I needed to hear that, and I needed to put like a lighter under my ass to actually get me to do this shit. Then when I did get praise, I was so like, oh no, like this is wrong, and I did this wrong, and honestly I didn't even spend. And I remember the last thing he told me was like, I think you need to work on your self-confidence because other students would want to be in your position. I was like, oh, thanks. But yeah, that was my 181. My setup and my phone kept really lagging the entire video, but if you made it this far, thank you so much. YouTube is something I really have always put on my bulletin board of like dream goals. I want to be first and foremost someone that I would watch. So if you have any advice about YouTube and just art community stuff, if things you want to see, if you want to see sketch with me, if you want to see more sketchbook tours, I assure you I would love to go through my stack of sketchbooks. There's so many. This is just me kind of rambling on about my first year as an art major. I felt total imposter syndrome all throughout the year. So if you want to see more of that, please let me know. But yeah, you call me C. Thank you for watching.